What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for Tuesday, February the 9th. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Congrats to everyone that jumped on a huge Super Bowl Sunday with us, cashing in again another Super Bowl prediction correctly, cashing in on Tampa Bay plus the points, and it was an absolute bloodbath. We did not hit our over pick. We did take the over in the game, which honestly, had Kansas City been able to generate any offense, that total would have flown over, hell, by the end of the third quarter. And I don't think there was anybody in the world that truthfully, unless they're just flat out lying about it, that can say that they expected Kansas City to be completely offensively shut out. Obviously, based on our pick and who we thought was going to win, obviously we didn't think that Kansas City was going to have the greatest offensive night because we didn't think they were going to win the game. But nobody with half of a functioning brain would have assumed that they would have gone out there and just been completely offensively shut out from start to finish. Got to hand it to Mahomes. I still think Mahomes played, barring the circumstances, I got to hand it to Mahomes the way he played, the way he continued to lead the team, the way that no matter how bad the game was going, that he just continued to get up and work and try and never, ever quit until it was all over. So that is what makes him one of the best in the game, as at this time. So let's get on. And then getting into Monday. So we didn't have time to do a video yesterday, but we went 1-1 on those picks. And then we had 16 prop wagers, cashing in 11 of those prop wagers. One of those was a top play that we cashed. We ended up cashing in on the MVP at plus 190. We had some exotics that we cashed, like the coin toss, over in the anthem. We did have a plus 600 exotic wager that we cashed. So a great Super Bowl Sunday, another huge Super Bowl Sunday full of profit. So congrats to everyone that was on that package, as well as our all access members that get that package anyway. So then getting into Monday was another good day. We did drop a couple of games that were unexpected, but to be honest with you, overall, I'm certainly not upset with the way that Monday, we went 1-1 in the NBA. We did take Golden State plus the points. They ended up getting beat by 5, so we did not cash that play. Other than that, we did have the Milwaukee Bucks -3, so we went 1-1 in the NBA, and we'll actually get on an NBA free play here in just a minute. And then in college basketball, we went 2-1. We did not cash in on our Alabama State play, but we did end up cashing in on our other two plays, our Grambling State on the money line, or it was a pick 'em. So we ended up cashing that one in easily. That one was pretty much sealed from start to finish. And, that's one of those games where you can look at the true just overall grid of a team, because they were at multiple times during that game, they were exposing themselves to certain things that would allow a team to come back and say, okay, this is what we need to do. They've exposed themselves. Here's their weakness. This is what we can do to beat them. And every time they did that and they were exposing themselves and showing their weakness, they adjusted, they pivoted, and they came back and they just made overall adjustments that allowed them to stay in the game and continue to control it. So hats off to them. But again, lost Alabama State. We won Grambling State, and then we had San Diego State -26.5. That was an easy win. I think they won by 31. So a 2-1 day there. We had one play in the NHL, which was on the Tampa Bay Lightning on the money line. It was right there at our limit. But an easy win from start to finish there. So another day of profit, another winning day. And we're going to get on today with a big Tuesday. So as of right now, there are four NHL games that I'm looking at, one of them being a top play, potentially. We do have one top play in NCAA basketball, along with 3 premiums, and then I do have some NBA action. One of the NBAs I'm going to give you right now, along with, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you NBA, I'm going to give you 2 plays. Yep, let's do that. I'm going to give you 2 plays. I'm going to give you one NBA, one NCAA, and then We will have one NCAA top play, and then, of course, looking at a top play in NHL. We are undefeated in NHL top plays this year, clean 5-0. Another winning day in the NHL yesterday. Make sure you jump on the NHL season if you are not already, or jump on an all-access pass, which gets you everything. Looking at a potential game of the month for for Wednesday. There's also another game Thursday that may meet the criteria of something. So we are following the market, following what's going on there, what the players are doing, COVID testing, all of that stuff. Going to follow it into today, and hopefully we'll get some information that we want later this afternoon, and we can release something later this evening. But anyway, if you want just the top plays, $25 will get you those. If you would like to get a 3-day or a 7-day pass, or even a 30-day pass, obviously those include the daily top plays. So you can get one of those and get the premium plays as well as those 2 plays, and it covers all sports as well as Jerry's soccer as well. What we did do, and we did extend it because obviously our last day for Patrick's NASCAR season at 50% off, $500 for the season, which is already too cheap. 36 cup races that you will get, all premium and top plays. That right there starts in just over a week. The Daytona 500. We had the early bird special going on for 50% off, $250, get you the entire season. Sunday was the last day, but because of the hype around the Super Bowl and everybody worried about that, a lot of people weren't even realizing that it was the last day. So we've extended it, and I'm going to let that go through today for anybody that wants to last minute jump on his full NASCAR season for half price. Or again, if you get on a all access pass, a 1-year all access, it comes with the NASCAR season. So, just think about that before you make your purchase. But you can get on any of the passes that you want. Jerry has 2 soccer plays going today. One, I think, just before 3 p.m. Eastern time, and another one at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then we'll have action all through the night. But let's get on a free play, or 2 of them, actually. We're going to go back to one of the games that we had last night, Golden State versus San Antonio. And last night we took Golden State plus the points. And Golden State is the better team. They're not better coached. Popovich is still the best coach in the NBA, but Golden State, they're playing like the Golden State that we were getting accustomed to seeing. But last night, they weren't shooting as well from the 3, and what they weren't doing is there was multiple opportunities where they were going out there and driving in, and it was being proven to work. And they would do it for a few minutes. They would do it a couple of times. They would back off on it and go back to the 3 ball that just wasn't working out like it does for them most nights. So I think that right there was one of the reasons why they just weren't willing to adjust. Had they adjusted, I think they would have won the game outright. But they ended up losing by 5. Now you're going in tonight, they're laying a point. A half point in some spots, but I'm seeing it a point all across Vegas. But you can take the money line at $1.15, and I think that's just the more valuable play. I think that's the smarter money play versus laying $1.10 and having to lay that point. And obviously they have to win by 2, which isn't much. I don't see this game being decided by a point. Don't get me wrong. I do think that this game will be decided by three or more points at least. I could definitely see it ending up, being a 5-point game just like last night. But just from a money standpoint, instead of laying the $1.10 and them having to win by 2 or more points, you can lay $1.15 and all they have to do is win outright, and you cash the ticket. So I think that's the more valuable play. The market's giving us a gift there. So we're going to take Golden State in a game that I think that not only, if you just look at the 2 teams, the stamina between the 2 teams and how they match up with playing on back-to-back nights and things like that, Golden State's it's better built for that. So that's one thing that gives them a solid upper hand. The way that Curry has been playing, especially over the last couple of weeks, has been just phenomenal. The way that they were shooting the 3 ball last night, it is rare that they're going to come back on back-to-back nights and continue to shoot poorly from beyond the arc. So I think that what you're going to have is, number one, I think they're going to shoot a lot better. And had they shot better last night, they would have won anyway. Now you're going to go in on a back-to-back situation, no rest, where you're already going to have the upper hand go to the road team in Golden State. I think you're going to shoot better from the 3. And then another reason is I think that now when going back, and I do think they'll watch the game film and realize that, crap, had we just adjusted and kept doing what we were pivoting to do, we would have won this game, even with the not so great shooting from beyond the arc. So I think they're going to be very cognizant of that, very aware of it. And so if you were to be getting poor shooting from beyond the arc, I think that you will notice them adjust tonight and roll with what's working. So I think that with all three main categories that are going to come into play tonight on a back-to-back situation, I think that all of them favor Golden State. So I think that it's an easy decision to take them as the team that will take care of business tonight after just barely falling to San Antonio last night. So we're going to take Golden State premium play, money line minus $1.15. And then in college basketball, Texas versus Kansas State. This is a game that obviously Texas has shown that as good of a team as they are, as fast as they are, as good defensively, they're a smart team. They can make some very stupid decisions. Now, I sit there and say that. It's kind of counterintuitive. It's like an oxymoron. I just said they make dumb decisions, but they're a really smart team. They're young guys. They do make poor decisions sometimes. But what it seems like to me with Texas is when they're making bad decisions, they're making all of them. When they're not, they're one of the smarter teams, not just in the Big 12, but in all of the power conferences. This is a true top 15 team. This is a team that will be a threat in the tournament. I don't see them going Final Four. I don't even see them going Elite Eight. But this is a team that if anybody underestimates them, they will wipe you off of they will wipe the floor with you and they will run you right out of the gym. Kansas State is by far outside of Iowa State, and even then, I truthfully believe that Iowa State is a more dangerous team than Kansas State, and that's just because Ames, Iowa, that gym is a snake pit to play in. Obviously not this year because you don't have that packed home crowd like you normally would, but I think that Kansas State is by far the worst team in the Big 12. I think that Texas has gone out there and been exposed just a little bit to how they can be beaten. And so I think that now they're worried about that. They want to have that statement game coming back. And right now, only laying 13 points, I think it's a gift. Everything, I broke this game down every possible way you could. And the smallest line that I can come up with my numbers is Texas laying 16.5. I will gladly take him at minus 13 as a strong premium play for tonight against Kansas State. So there's your two free premium plays. Golden State Warriors on the money line to win the game, minus $1.15 over the San Antonio Spurs, and then Texas minus 13 over Kansas State. Cash both of those tickets. Get them in. I may be putting out a free NHL play on Twitter later on, so go follow me at PicksChase. Go follow Jerry as well at W1 and then the word venture. Go get on the top plays. Go get on a 3-day pass, 7-day pass, whatever you want to get on. And then stay tuned, and we will be hopefully announcing a big top play. Congrats to everyone that was on the game of the week that Jerry had during his 7-0 run this weekend in soccer, premium plays, daily top plays, and as well as the big game of the week winner. So make sure that you join us for all of that stuff going on. We've got big stuff this week. Make sure you get on Patrick's NASCAR, $250. Don't pay double the price when you know you're going to end up buying the season anyway. Go to chasewins.com. Go make your purchase. Join us in the winner's circle, and we will see you back for another one later on.